So
finally do it.
Boogie, how's the mental health? Like, I'm curious about that. Like, you mentioned, there's thousands of people who seem to have a job at just poking at you. You're wearing the Andy Kaufman shirt. It seems like you're not in a honey badger phase right now.
It's interesting. I don't know what you mean by honey badger phase. Like,
oh, that don't give a shit, right? Honey badger don't give a shit.
Oh, I've never been there. Yeah, I'll never be there.
I come and go.
It's really funny because, like, I know a lot of people. I got wrapped up in that whole BetterHelp thing. If you guys remember all that. But it's really funny.
Franco's video on it, which is a good positive spin on it. I don't know.
Well, BetterHelp really helped me. Like, at the end of the day, they had a pretty shitty terms of service. But the actual service itself was really good. I'm paying $300, $270 per therapy session right now to see an actual therapist. I was only paying a fraction of that to talk to a therapist through BetterHelp. But so I promoted that service because it was good, and I promoted it because I was using it. I'm still using it even though I don't promote it anymore. That said, they are the ones who are like, you need more therapy than we're able to provide here. You need to get into like real therapy. But it was a step in the right direction. It really was like a starter step. Having somebody to talk to, having somebody in my pocket, and realizing therapy and talking could help. So when I did my 1-year anniversary meeting with my doctor, I was probably my lowest. And I made a video saying I was at my lowest, actually. And he said some stuff that really helped. He's like, so what do you weigh today? I'm like, I think it was 370, 380 when I saw him. And he's like, Boogie, I want to show you a chart. And he's like, are you mad? I'm like, yeah, I'm pissed off. I'm furious. I haven't lost more weight. And he goes, but Boogie, let me show you a chart. Here's where you started. Now let's plug in these numbers. You've lost 50% of your excess body weight. Do you understand? Now look at this chart. Look, it's the 1 year average. What is the 1 year average? He said 50%. He goes, you're exactly average. And I'm like, but I don't want to be average. I want to be exceptional. And he goes, and you are. And can I speak with you very frankly? And I'm like, yes. And he goes, do you know how many of my patients got divorced 2 months after their surgery? Only you. And he's like, we watch your videos. And when you announced your divorce, we thought for sure you were going to fail. I'm just, to be entirely honest with you, that we did not think you were going to lose any more weight. We thought you were going to stop right there at 450 pounds. We thought you were done losing weight. And you persevered. You pushed through it. You lost your entire support structure and you still made it. That is exceptional. And he's like, with the stress of your job, that was another factor that we really thought it wasn't going to work. With your mental health, we really didn't think it was going to work. You've beaten the odds here. So if you want to be exceptional, you are. And I'm like, I know you're just saying this shit to make me feel better or whatever, but that's fine. He goes, I want to be truly honest with you. I want to be like truly honest with you. And I'm like, okay, let me have it both barrels. And he's like, do you want to be good at your job or do you want to lose the rest of the weight? And I'm like, what? He's like, either you need to back off on that fucking job, and because I can see how stressed you are and the shit you've talked about and the mental toll it's taking on you. Either you need to back off on that job or you'll never lose the rest of the weight. And I'm like, okay, all right, that's a good thing. Because secondly, you're not going to lose the rest of the weight if you don't get into therapy. And you need an antidepressant worse than anybody else. So what are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice to lose the rest of this weight? And I'm like, all right, give me the fucking pills. Set me up with your fucking therapist. And I'll start trying to rethink how I do this job. And that'll be my primary goal with therapy. So I've seen that therapist now 4 or 5 times, I guess. And that has been my primary goal, is how to stop giving a shit about what the LBGT community thinks of me. And instead, if I want to be an ally, don't worry about what they think, worry about what I do, right? So tomorrow I'm signing a check to open another gaming store that is an LBGTQ safe zone. And they'll never know about it, and they won't give a shit. The LBG community will continue to roast me daily. Who gives a fuck? I'm not doing it for that reason.
Why,
I'm doing it
why is that
so
community
that
fucking with you? I'm not familiar.
Because of some stupid shit I said on the H3 podcast. I said that I hated that people were getting killed because of angry bigots, and I felt like we were provoking angry bigots, and provoking them is getting people killed, and we shouldn't provoke them. That was largely what I said. The way I said it was particularly stupid. I was like, maybe we shouldn't have let the Supreme Court push through same-sex marriage so quickly, because Obama was only on board with same-sex marriage about a year before it got pushed through. So maybe that's getting people killed, and it sucks that it's getting people killed, but they took it in a very horrible way. Like, you want me to wait 20 years to get married? I'm like, if it saves your life, yeah, maybe. But, I get why that wasn't right. But anyway, long story short, you know, trying to like really build those fundamentals. And the probably the biggest mistake I did make for the longest time was I was saying shit on purpose to rile up the little subreddits. And like, perfect example, there's a girl I was doing videos with, the Grave Gorder. You can find her on Instagram. You can find her on Twitter. She's pretty cool. But like we worked together exclusively just to fuck with those guys. Like, if I'm ever dating again, I'm not putting the girl in my videos. Are you fucking kidding? I'm not going to fucking torture somebody like that and let those assholes torture that person. But this girl wanted to make it on Instagram. She's like, reached out to me like, let me help me do this. Let's fucking do. I put her in a McJuggernuggets video. People responded to it. So I'm like, hey, come stay with me for a couple of weeks. You can teach me Instagram. You can teach me what it's like to be a woman on the internet. You can teach me how women promote themselves. You can teach me what it's like to do that shit. I can become a better YouTuber. I can be a better creator, and I can help you out. I'll put you in videos and make money off of you. I'll stream with you and make money off of you. I'll make money. You'll make money. Everybody wins. And these little fucking incels will lose their fucking minds, you know.
So that to explore in your own head, why do you poke a hornet's nest when you know it gets you stung?
Because at this point, I'm getting stung either way, so I may as well smash the fucking nest.
You sure? Like, don't you get stung more when you poke nests?
It's pretty constant at this point. I'm literally, Woody, I'm telling you, there are people whose entire career. It's what's so funny is I share a lot of trolls with wings now, which is really amusing.